sure many of you have read the children's stories Little Red Riding Hood, Jack and the Beanstalk, The Three Little Pigs, Hansel and Gretel, Goldilocks and the Three Bears, and The Boy Who Cried Wolf. But have you heard of the origin of the spider monkey or the butterfly? What you may not know is that these stories you haven't heard of have some very common themes with the stories you have heard of. Through researching this topic, I have learned how these uncommon stories have some very common themes. Today, I will share with you some background information on these stories, their common themes, and their themes that contradict each other. First of all, what are these stories? The first stories I mentioned are from a different culture than the second stories. The first stories are Appalachian folk tales. Most Americans can associate with these because they know what they are and they know what the plot are. For example, Little Red Riding Hood is a book that most Americans have heard of and they know what the story is about. The second stories I mentioned, which are the origin of the spider monkey and the butterfly, are Ecuadorian folk tales. Second, they have similar themes. The similar theme between these stories is magical superstition. According to John Richards, who is the author for a Michigan State University book, says that superstition is a part of everyday life in Appalachia. According to Teresa Cox, who researched this topic by going to both countries, magical superstition is also widely used in Ecuador. Their views also differ with other themes. Views on family and nature differ in these cultures. According to Teresa Cox, who researched in both countries, Appalachian nature is bleak and dark. For example, in the Little Red Riding Hood, the little girl goes into the woods and encounters a wolf, which is an example of them being bleak and dark. Also, in the Three Little Pigs, it is bleak and dark because they encounter a wolf who tries to blow down their house and destroy their town. Also, according to Teresa Cox, nature in Ecuadorian stories is the springboard for the stories. They believe that nature should be the most important part of the story and it should be the top priority. According to an article in the Journal of Primary Prevention, there is social equality in Appalachian culture. The men and women both have equal roles, and they both help raise their kids, and the children have jobs in their community. According to Teresa Cox, women have to obey the men, and it is a patriarchal system in Ecuador, which means that the men are at the top of the social ladder, and they control what goes on in the house and how their life is lived. In conclusion, these cultures, as you can see, have different types of folk tales and stories that have both common and contradicting themes. Their views differ in some things, but are the same in others. These children's folk tales are still read today and still stick with those who have read them time and time again. Haven't they stuck with you? Thank you.